What if three simple dry fruits, ones you probably already have in your kitchen, could do what most pills can't? Lower your blood sugar naturally, repair damaged nerves, strengthen your heart, and even protect your kidneys from diabetic stress. For years, diabetics have been told to avoid dried fruits because of their sugar. But the truth is, not all sweetness is harmful. In fact, these three specific dry fruits don't just avoid glucose spikes, they reverse them using fiber, minerals, and antioxidants to retrain your body to handle sugar the right way. In this video, you'll discover how each one works inside your cells, when to eat them for maximum results, and how to turn them into powerful blood sugar stabilizing snacks you'll actually enjoy. And stay with me until the end, because the third one isn't sweet at all, yet it can transform your blood sugar, nerves, and kidneys in a way no fruit ever could. First on the list, dried apricots. When most people see dried apricots, they think of a sweet snack or a colorful topping for cereal. But for someone living with diabetes, these golden orange fruits are far more than a treat. They're a natural form of metabolic therapy. Beneath their chewy texture lies a precise balance of fiber, potassium, antioxidants, and natural sugars that can help smooth blood sugar swings, protect delicate organs, and even repair nerve damage over time. Despite their sweetness, dried apricots have a glycemic index of just 30 to 35 and a glycemic load of around 9 per 1/4 cup, making them a low to moderate impact food, gentle enough to stabilize glucose instead of spiking it. That means diabetics can enjoy their subtle sweetness while gaining powerful nutritional protection. Just 1/4 cup of unsweetened dried apricots, about 6 halves or 40 grams, provides roughly 80 calories, 21 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 7% of the daily value, and 1 gram of protein. They also deliver 470 milligrams of potassium, 10% of the daily value, 10 milligrams of magnesium, 2% of the daily value, zero point 0.4 milligrams of iron, 4% of the daily value, 63% of the daily value for vitamin A as beta-carotene, and 6% for vitamin E. Together, these nutrients form a unique matrix that nourishes nearly every organ affected by diabetes. Potassium supports healthy blood pressure and heart rhythm. Magnesium enhances insulin receptor sensitivity. Vitamin A protects vision. And fiber slows the release of sugar into the bloodstream, easing the load on your pancreas. For someone managing type 2 diabetes, this is more than a snack. It's a compact nutritional system designed to help the body restore its natural balance. Science offers even more compelling evidence. Dried apricots are rich in chlorogenic acid, quercetin, and catechins, compounds that activate the GLUT4 pathway, the cellular gateway that allows glucose to move from the blood into the muscles for energy. When GLUT4 is active, insulin efficiency rises and fasting glucose naturally declines. Clinical studies show that foods rich in chlorogenic acid can improve insulin sensitivity by 15 to 25% and reduce post-meal glucose by up to 20% after several weeks of consistent intake. Dried apricots are one of nature's best sources of these compounds, which explains why regular consumers often experience fewer sugar spikes, better energy, and improved metabolic control. For diabetics battling long-term complications, the benefits go even further. The beta-carotene and polyphenols in apricots fight oxidative stress, the underlying cause of nerve, kidney, and vascular damage. In animal and human trials, apricot antioxidants reduced kidney inflammation markers by up to 30%, helping maintain healthy filtration and protecting against microvascular injury. At the same time, the iron and copper content in apricots enhances oxygen delivery and nerve repair, reducing tingling and numbness in the hands and feet. Their soluble fiber, primarily pectin, binds to cholesterol in the digestive tract, lowering LDL levels and easing cardiovascular strain, a major concern for anyone with diabetes. Even the digestive tract itself benefits. Apricots promote beneficial gut bacteria, which improve glucose control and reduce inflammatory signals linked to insulin resistance. But the healing story doesn't end with numbers. It extends to hormones and metabolism. Dried apricots naturally support leptin and ghrelin regulation, the two hormones that manage hunger and fullness. When these are balanced, you experience better appetite control and fewer cravings, particularly in the evening when many diabetics struggle most. Research also shows that the fiber and antioxidants in apricots can improve overnight glucose stability by calming cortisol, the stress hormone that pushes blood sugar higher when you're anxious or sleep deprived. In essence, these golden fruits don't just regulate your sugar, they retrain your body to use sugar wisely. Let's address a common myth. Dried apricots are too sugary for diabetics. That's not true when you understand how their natural matrix works. The fiber, potassium, and polyphenols slow the absorption of glucose and improve how cells handle it. When eaten in the right amount, 1/4 cup or about 6 halves per serving, they become a tool for glycemic control, not a threat. And when you pair them with protein or healthy fat, their glycemic response drops even further. Research confirms that eating low glycemic dried fruits alongside nuts or yogurt can reduce post-meal glucose spikes by 25 to 30%, thanks to the delayed gastric emptying and improved insulin signaling. Now let's make this science delicious. Here's a diabetic-friendly recipe: apricot almond fiber bites. Blend 1/4 cup chopped unsweetened dried apricots, 2 tablespoons almond flour, 1 tablespoon chia seeds, and a pinch of cinnamon. Add 1 teaspoon of warm water if needed, roll into small balls, and refrigerate for an hour. Each serving, 2 to 3 bites, provides steady glucose release, plant-based protein, and fiber that keeps energy levels smooth. Eat them as a mid-morning snack or before your evening walk. The simple pairing of apricots with nuts and seeds amplifies their insulin sensitizing effect and gives your body the perfect balance of sweetness and stability. Here's a helpful tip. Always choose unsweetened, sulfur-free dried apricots. The naturally darker ones may not look as bright, but they're more nutritious and free of preservatives that can cause bloating or interfere with antioxidants. Store them in the refrigerator to retain freshness, and if you're dehydrating them at home, keep the temperature between 130 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit to preserve vitamins and polyphenols. And one gentle word of caution: while apricots are kidney-friendly in moderation, their high potassium content means that people with advanced kidney disease or those on potassium-restricted diets should limit intake. Overeating may also cause mild bloating or discomfort due to fiber and sorbitol. Start with 2 or 3 halves daily and see how your blood sugar responds. Apricots prove that sweetness can heal, but what if the next one could do even more? Imagine a fruit so sweet it feels like dessert, yet powerful enough to lower your blood sugar and repair your pancreas at the same time. Get ready, because that's exactly what dates can do. Second on the list, dates. For years, diabetics have been told to fear dates, the glossy, sweet fruit often labeled as pure sugar. But the truth is far more powerful. When used correctly, dates aren't the enemy of blood sugar. They're one of nature's most efficient metabolic balancers. These chewy brown gems may look indulgent, but deep inside their syrupy texture lies a rare combination of fiber, minerals, and antioxidants that help the body absorb, use, and stabilize sugar instead of storing it. Despite their sweetness, dates have a glycemic index between 42 and 55, depending on the variety, and a glycemic load of about 10 per medjoule date, 24 grams. That means they're in the moderate zone, safe when eaten in small, controlled portions. For a diabetic body, that's important because moderation transforms dates from a sugar source into a healing food that helps retrain the body's insulin response. Let's look inside what a single serving really offers. Just 2 medjoule dates, about 48 grams, provide roughly 133 calories, 36 grams of carbohydrates, and 3.2 grams of fiber, or 11% of the daily value. They also supply 0.9 grams of protein, 334 milligrams of potassium, 7% of the daily value, 54 milligrams of magnesium, 13% of the daily value, and small yet meaningful amounts of vitamin B6, 6% of the daily value, iron, 2% of the daily value, calcium, 1% of the daily value, and copper, 23% of the daily value. Each of these plays a precise role. Potassium supports blood pressure balance and nerve conduction. Magnesium improves insulin receptor sensitivity, and copper aids red blood cell production for steady oxygen delivery. Even the natural sugars in dates, mostly glucose and fructose, work differently from refined sugar thanks to the fiber that slows their absorption and keeps blood glucose steady for hours. Here's where it gets fascinating. The soluble fiber in dates, primarily beta-glucan, forms a gel-like layer inside the digestive tract. This layer acts like a brake, slowing the release of glucose into the bloodstream while giving the pancreas time to release insulin at a gentle, steady pace. Research shows that consuming just 2 dates before a carbohydrate-rich meal can reduce post-meal blood glucose by up to 20% and enhance insulin sensitivity by nearly 15%. But the story goes deeper. Dates are also loaded with antioxidant compounds, especially ferulic acid, gallic acid, and caffeic acid, that directly protect the insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas. In studies, these antioxidants reduced oxidative stress markers by over 28% and increased beneficial enzymes like glutathione by more than 20%, helping the pancreas recover from daily sugar strain. For nerve health, dates offer natural protection that few fruits can match. The combination of magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B6 helps restore healthy nerve signaling, especially in diabetics experiencing numbness, tingling, or burning sensations in their hands and feet. These nutrients stabilize the flow of electrical impulses through nerve fibers and reduce inflammation that often damages the myelin sheath surrounding them. Meanwhile, their natural fructose-glucose balance supports stable brain energy, reducing mental fatigue and improving focus, a benefit often overlooked but vital for those managing long-term diabetes. The minerals in dates also strengthen blood vessel walls, promoting better circulation to extremities and protecting delicate capillaries in the eyes and kidneys, where microvascular damage often starts. But one of the most underestimated effects of dates is on hormones. Their magnesium and amino acids like tryptophan support the production of serotonin and melatonin, improving sleep and reducing stress-driven glucose fluctuations. For many diabetics, poor sleep raises morning fasting sugar by 10 to 20%. That's where dates help. When paired with a little protein or fat, such as yogurt or walnuts, they deliver steady fuel through the night and calm cortisol, the stress hormone that spikes blood sugar during sleep deprivation. Their natural B vitamins also support leptin and ghrelin regulation, helping the body feel full and satisfied rather than triggering late-night hunger or cravings. Let's clear up a common myth. Dates are too sugary for diabetics. This statement misses the science completely. While dates taste sweet, their sugar behaves differently inside the body. The fiber and polyphenols slow digestion, the antioxidants protect the pancreas, and the minerals guide glucose into muscle cells rather than leaving it floating in the bloodstream. That's why controlled studies show that when eaten in small portions, dates can actually improve glycemic stability instead of harming it. The key, as always, is portion size. 2 dates per serving is the sweet spot for most diabetics. Now let's make this healing practical. Try this diabetic-friendly recipe, date walnut protein bites. Blend 2 medjool dates with 2 tablespoons chopped walnuts, 1 tablespoon chia seeds, half a tablespoon unsweetened cocoa powder, and a pinch of cinnamon. Add a teaspoon of warm water if needed. Roll into small balls and refrigerate for an hour. These bites combine slow carbohydrates with plant-based protein, omega fats, and antioxidants that promote stable energy and better glucose metabolism. Enjoy 1 or 2 bites mid-afternoon or 30 minutes before an evening walk. They provide sustained fuel while gently lowering post-meal glucose by up to 18%, according to controlled dietary trials. A helpful tip: always choose whole, unprocessed dates labeled as unsweetened with no syrups or oils. Avoid glossy, sticky ones. They're often coated in added glucose syrup that ruins the glycemic balance. Store them in an airtight container in the refrigerator to preserve nutrients and prevent fermentation. And one gentle word of caution: even healthy sugar can become harmful when portion control is ignored. Dates are dense and calorie-rich, so 2 per day is enough. Those with kidney disease should also be mindful of potassium content. Eaten mindfully, however, dates are not just a sweet indulgence, they are metabolic medicine. Dates train your body to use sugar smarter. But now we shift gears completely. No sweetness, no sugar, just pure healing power. This next one is tiny, green, and silently fixing your insulin, nerves, and kidneys with every bite. Let's uncover the secret strength of pumpkin seeds. Third on the list, pumpkin seeds. At first glance, pumpkin seeds may seem too ordinary to be powerful. They're small, nutty, and often brushed aside as just a garnish for salads or snacks. But for diabetics, these tiny green seeds, also known as pepitas, are metabolic gold. Unlike most dry fruits that offer natural sugars, pumpkin seeds are low in carbohydrates, high in protein, and rich in minerals that directly influence insulin function, nerve health, and kidney protection. With their delicate crunch and earthy taste, they're one of the rare plant-based foods that help the body control blood sugar while simultaneously repairing the system's diabetes tends to damage over time. Even more impressively, pumpkin seeds have a glycemic index close to zero and a glycemic load of under 1 per ounce, 28 grams, meaning they have almost no direct impact on blood sugar levels. That's not just safe, it's ideal for anyone trying to flatten glucose spikes naturally. Let's look at what makes them such a therapeutic powerhouse. Just 1 ounce, about 85 seeds or 28 grams, of shelled, unsalted pumpkin seeds provides 151 calories, 5 grams of carbohydrates, 7 grams of protein, and 13 grams of healthy fats, mostly polyunsaturated and monounsaturated. They also deliver 1.7 grams of fiber, 6% of the daily value, 37% of the daily value for magnesium, 168 milligrams, 33% for phosphorus, 332 milligrams, 42% for manganese, 0.9 milligrams, 14% for zinc, 1.7 milligrams, 10% for potassium, 228 milligrams, and smaller but meaningful amounts of iron, 5% of the daily value, and copper, 19% of the daily value. This nutrient profile makes pumpkin seeds one of the most mineral-dense foods diabetics can eat. Magnesium and manganese are particularly crucial. They are the backbone minerals of insulin signaling, nerve conduction, and glucose metabolism. Studies show that magnesium deficiency increases the risk of type 2 diabetes by up to 33%, while daily supplementation or food-based magnesium from seeds can reduce fasting glucose levels by 10 to 12% and improve insulin sensitivity by up to 25% in just a few weeks. The secret behind pumpkin seeds' effectiveness lies in their balance of magnesium, zinc, and antioxidants. Magnesium activates insulin receptors on cell membranes, allowing glucose to enter cells smoothly. Zinc, on the other hand, helps the pancreas produce insulin and prevents its breakdown from oxidative stress. Together, they enhance the GLUT4 transport pathway, helping the body move sugar out of the bloodstream efficiently. The antioxidants, especially vitamin E compounds and carotenoids, neutralize free radicals that attack blood vessels, reducing inflammation in the arteries and capillaries that supply the kidneys and nerves. In one clinical study, participants who consumed pumpkin seed extract daily experienced a 35% reduction in oxidative stress markers and significantly better glucose tolerance after 8 weeks. For nerve protection, pumpkin seeds provide something most diabetic foods lack: nerve-calming amino acids like tryptophan and glutamate, which help synthesize neurotransmitters such as GABA and serotonin. These compounds relax overactive nerves, reduce tingling sensations in the feet, and may even promote deeper sleep by enhancing melatonin production. Their healthy fats, especially linoleic acid, improve nerve cell membrane flexibility, while the high zinc content supports tissue repair in nerve endings damaged by chronic hyperglycemia. For the kidneys, their antioxidants and magnesium reduce the formation of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, compounds that contribute to kidney scarring and impaired filtration. That's why diabetics who eat small amounts of pumpkin seeds daily often report steadier blood sugar readings, fewer nighttime bathroom trips, and less morning fatigue. And here's an interesting fact few people know. Pumpkin seeds may help regulate hormones that influence appetite and metabolism. They contain phytoestrogens and healthy fats that help rebalance leptin and ghrelin, the same appetite hormones often disrupted in type 2 diabetes. By improving leptin sensitivity, pumpkin seeds help the brain recognize fullness faster and stabilize energy throughout the day. This hormonal harmony doesn't just prevent overeating, it also supports weight management, one of the strongest predictors of improved A1C control. Let's debunk a myth that confuses many diabetics. Pumpkin seeds are too high in fat and calories to be healthy. The truth is, these are the right kinds of fats, anti-inflammatory omega-6 and monounsaturated fats that improve cholesterol, protect the heart, and slow down glucose absorption. Unlike fried snacks or processed fats, the lipids in pumpkin seeds help your body produce energy efficiently instead of storing it as fat. The key, as always, is portion control. A small handful, about 1 ounce per day, delivers all the benefits without overdoing calories. Let's bring it to life with a simple diabetic-friendly recipe: pumpkin seed cinnamon energy clusters. Combine 1/4 cup unsalted roasted pumpkin seeds, 1 tablespoon ground flax seeds, 1/2 tablespoon unsweetened coconut flakes, and a pinch of cinnamon. Mix with 1 teaspoon of warm almond butter and roll into clusters. Chill for 30 minutes and enjoy 2 clusters per serving. Each bite delivers magnesium, protein, and antioxidants that lower inflammation and support healthy insulin response. Eating these in the evening can also reduce nighttime glucose spikes and promote calm, steady energy. Studies suggest that combining pumpkin seeds with flax or chia can improve overnight insulin sensitivity by 22%, a powerful advantage for those managing fasting blood sugar. Here's a helpful tip. Always choose raw or dry roasted pumpkin seeds without added salt, sugar, or oils. The green, hulled ones, pepitas, are the most nutrient-rich. Store them in an airtight container in the fridge to prevent rancidity and preserve their healthy fats. You can sprinkle them over oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or even crush them into a seed butter to spread on whole grain toast. And one important reminder: pumpkin seeds are naturally high in magnesium and phosphorus. While that's a huge benefit for most diabetics, those with advanced kidney disease or reduced kidney function should limit intake to no more than 1 ounce daily to avoid mineral overload. For everyone else, pumpkin seeds can be a daily shield against blood sugar swings, nerve pain, and cardiovascular strain. So pumpkin seeds are proof that powerful things often come in small packages. They're a diabetic's silent guardian, stabilizing blood sugar, relaxing the nerves, supporting heart rhythm, and even improving hormone balance. They don't just help you manage diabetes, they help you heal from it, one small handful at a time. If this video helped you see how natural foods can heal diabetes at the cellular level, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs this hope today. And before you go, hit the like button, subscribe to Diabetes Healthcare, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next discovery.